Exciting times. The metal has arrived for the framing and the service hatches. So that's fun. Today's job is to put the sides, all the aluminium sides back on. So to do that, I just need to sand and clean where they were attached. And then we're going to rivet it all back on. And then once we've done that, we can do a serving hatches and just repair the bottoms of the frame that you're doing. So let's get the camera set up and let's get going.
Welcome back everyone to the trailer renovation. In the last video we removed the side panels and then painted the bottom and uprights to give them a nice fresh start. And then today we're focused on putting those panels back on, but before we put them back on we just need to give them a clean up because there's a lot of aluminium corrosion and old flaky paint that once we put them back on are going to be quite difficult to get off. So we're going to do that now and we'll put the panels back on. So yeah, as you can see, panels are super crispy. This is aluminium. This is what happens. Well, this is aluminium corrosion essentially. So it just kind of crumbles. It's pretty fun, but it is a problem for me because I'm going to have to somehow figure out how to replace this. And then we're going to sand all those uprights to get rid of all the rust. Some of that surface rust has come off of the uprights because the uprights are steel. So steel and aluminium together don't mix very well. So yeah, as you can see, it's actually come up really nicely. So yeah, let's go through each panel, clean it up, get rid of the old dirt, paint and rust. So yeah, sit back, relax and watch the grind happen. Grind, that'd be quite good for a coffee, the grind. So yeah, sit back, relax and watch me grind away all of this lovely, kind of satisfying corrosion. Boom, job done. Now it's time to move on to the next step, which is painting. Here's my helper for today. River's come to do some spray painting. She actually did a really good job, but as I'm a perfectionist, I then carried on and did the rest myself. Sorry, River. Again, it's weirdly satisfying seeing like fresh paint go on to this trailer. It's been quite challenge, I guess. Like, it's never nice tearing things apart, but it's so nice when it starts looking a bit cleaner, a bit fresher. This was quite satisfying for me.
So I'm going to check that all the rivets are out. These are two I put into test, so I need to get those out. And then there's definitely loads along there that I've not got out yet, so I'm going to set it up. Yeah, get to it.
There we go, the tools for the job. So next is for the satisfying part, refitting the panels back onto the trailer. So I'm using fresh rivets, and we're going to get all these panels back on and hopefully secured. Starting with this back one, or front, I suppose. So it's a little bit difficult doing this on your own, but we got there in the end. I put some nut and bolt for each side just to hold it on. And then here I am using some sort of stick saw, Gorilla Seal stuff to seal everything in. Just want to make it as watertight as possible. Obviously these are designed for the water to run into these channels at the ends, but once this is up and running, I don't want any water coming in. So I'm just trying to do my best to seal any gaps to stop any leaks. I know it's probably going to be impossible to do, but we'll do our best job possible. There you go. They're mostly all in now. So this one's looking nice because this side wasn't damaged too much, whereas the other corner's beaten up. And then with that done, we can move on to the sides. So this one is where I needed some help. But it's so much easier with a helper. So we managed to get this on and then route it back up again. I actually feel like I've gone backwards since I've got it. So when we first got the trailer, it was actually looking quite nice, all in green. And now I have started to sort of uncover the rust, cut some bits away, painted it. It just looks a bit messy. But I know it's all for a good cause, and soon enough it will start coming together quite nicely. So again, let's get some more of that stick saw in the joints. Don't want any water going through the rivets. We'll get this on and then see what it looks like when it's done.
Okay, so this bit is it tucked in? No. We'll get a bit of aluminium and put it down there. That's why I've not riveted the last one. Right, we need to put something on the edges. So we've got some aluminium. A bit thinner than these, so we're going to clean these up.
Right, time to make these old aluminium sheets look nice and shiny. These will actually come off of the trailer before, so somebody tried repairing them before. So we're going to use some of the different attachments from the grinder. I think the best one was the sanding wheel and just some standard sandpaper, just to sort of knock off the top layer of corrosion. They come right, to be fair. So I'm going to get that done and I'm going to show you put them on.
Beard. Oof. Right, it's freezing. So update. All this size on. All this side on. Ignore the wood. And then today we've got to get this side here on properly and then sealed up. We've been sealing it with some like tiger seal stuff. So this is all watertight now, riveted. So we've got to take take this wheel off. And then this area down here, so we're putting a bit of aluminium on behind, because see that gap? So what we'll do is we're going to bolt this on, seal it, then we can fill some of these gaps with some like fiberglass filler or something. So yeah, let's get the wheel off, we'll get going.
So what I've done on all the other sides is I sort of clamp it in place, see where I want it, make sure I'm happy. Any bolts that are behind it need to come out. So that's what I'm going to do now. Try to find the bolts, and then we line it up, mark if there's any cutouts. So here, that's where the leaf springs connect to the base of the trailer. I'm just cutting some out, cutting some sort of notches out, so that if I need to access them in the future, I can get to them. Because I have a feeling that these probably aren't going to last too long. Hopefully they do, but I don't think they are. And it was too expensive to get them changed now. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. So yeah, we're going to clamp them on, sort of drill some new holes from the other side, and then you're going to seal it all up. So yeah, sticks all out. This stuff is brilliant. Make sure there's enough space so I can get the gun in between the gap, pump in some of the sticks all silicone, and then hope for the best really. Here I am, I'm going to tighten up all those bolts, and then we're going to go over it and just make sure it looks quite nice. There's a little trick, by the way. If you ever got silicone or cork, if you get a bit of water with sort of dish soap or something in the bubbles, it makes it a lot easier to run your thumb or finger along, so it doesn't stick as much. So on some of those bits that there wasn't a lot of silicone, sort of excess silicone that came out, I just went over it and added a little bit more, just to make sure that it was well and truly sealed. So I may have forgotten to film the end part of this video, but here is a picture I got of the trailer with all the sides back on again, and if you look through the door you can actually see that the side bits are on at the bottom. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we're going to cut the hatches and fit the door. So see you then.